Hola, my name is Lillian Jones. I am a doctoral student in the program of Spanish Linguistics and Second Language Acquisition here in the Department of Spanish and Portuguese at the University of California, Davis. My research also includes the use of technology for educational purposes. So, I wanted to chat a little bit about the activities that I designed, which form part of the curriculum for Spanish 3. They are called actividades de comunicación. During your experience in Spanish 3, you will be assigned a language partner from your Spanish 3 class. Almost every week during this academic quarter, you will engage with your language partner to carry out these weekly communication activities. These activities have 5 primary objectives. 1, to provide you an opportunity to practice Spanish and develop your communication skills in a low-stakes, informal environment. 2, to practice and develop your Spanish language fluency without too many interruptions to impede the natural flow of conversation. 3, to provide you an opportunity to develop autonomy and take responsibility in your learning by providing you material to be completed outside of the classroom on your own time. 4, to use as a type of formative assessment which allows your instructor to check in more frequently on your language development and process. 5, to connect you with a classmate with whom you will practice and communicate over the course of the quarter. Outside of the language classroom, we use language to complete meaningful, real-world tasks. For example, having a short catch-up chat with our roommates, developing professional material, collaborating on class projects, or reviewing a restaurant experience, ordering coffee. We use language to carry out a variety of tasks, which range in objective, scope, and size. So these activities are designed to support your skills to communicate in real-life situations while also integrating the vocabulary, grammar, and cultural considerations learned and discussed in Spanish 3. To really get the most out of these activities, here are 5 best practices and considerations to keep in mind while you are completing them. 1, review the prompt early in the week. This will allow you to think about the concepts and make note of helpful language structures you might want to use before engaging in the conversation. 2, don't worry about being perfect. The goal is to practice your use of language and focus on the process. If you do not know an exact grammar structure or vocabulary item, try to use what other linguistic resources you do have to get your point across. For example, you could use English or another language, perhaps an emoticon, or you may look up words in wordreference.com if that's necessary. It will not benefit your learning to copy and paste translations directly from Google Translate. You are not graded on perfection, but rather your engagement with the language, your language partner, and the completion of the task. 3, take advantage of the open-ended nature of the scenarios and tasks to discuss ideas and concepts which are interesting to you on a personal or professional level. This will help with motivation and your learning. 4, carry out your tasks on a schedule that works for you. The activities are always due Thursday night at 11:59 p.m. Pacific time. Feel free to complete the communicative tasks asynchronously, not immediately, as you move throughout the day, or set up a recurring time with your language partner that works best for you both. Even though you will be in different physical locations, it might work best for your way of learning and engagement with the material to set up a recurring time to engage in a more synchronous conversation, immediate turn-taking, although that is not required. 5, consider these activities a launch pad or a stepping stone where you can make and learn from your mistakes, engage in the process of language learning in a fun and semi-structured way to further help you succeed in larger, more high-stakes situations. Here is a sample of how the activity prompt and conversation might look. 8.2. ¿Cómo fue el restaurante? Each task will give you a scenario, a clear task, expectations about the material to be included in your conversation, and a reminder about how to turn in your conversation. For example, the scenario sets up the situation and provides you with some context as to what your conversation will entail. The task is where you will find the key concepts about what your conversation should entail and the main objective. Note, Each task will have a line that reads, once you have, this is the main objective of the conversation, and once you have arrived at this final place, you can wrap up your conversation and turn it in. Often, you will find guiding questions to help you get started. Again, the goal of these activities is not to produce perfect Spanish, but rather engage in the process of conversational turn-taking and focusing on the process of the task, the process and the goal of the task, utilizing all of your linguistic resources and negotiating meaning with your partner, such as asking for clarification. Your instructor will review your conversations to ensure that you and your partner have completed the task and grade you on either complete or incomplete. Please let your instructor know if you have any questions. Have fun. I hope you enjoy. Muchísimas gracias y hasta luego.